As someone who's been chronically homeless for 25 years, I've been able to observe homelessness from a completely different perspective about how homelessness really happens. Today, I'm going to share what I consider the 7 stages of homelessness. So join me as we dive deep into the hidden stages of homelessness, and I'll even share some of my own advice along the way. Homelessness is often viewed as a single event, but it's a complex and multifaceted issue that affects people from all walks of life. It's not just someone sleeping on the streets, it's a journey that can last for months, years, or even decades. To truly understand homelessness, we need to acknowledge its complexity and various stages individuals may experience along the way. As we explore the 7 stages of homelessness, keep in mind that it's not a linear progression. Individuals may move back and forth between stages, and some may even skip certain stages altogether. It's a complex web of challenges that require empathy, understanding, and support. It's time to break down the stigma surrounding homelessness and start to understand the complexities of this issue. By doing so, we can begin to develop meaningful solutions that address the root causes of homelessness. Now let's move on to the 7 stages of homelessness. The first stage is housing instability, where individuals may struggle to pay rent, face eviction, or live in overcrowded conditions. This stage can be incredibly stressful, and it's often a precursor to more severe stages of homelessness. The average individual will start to suffer from a break in their reality. When you realize you can't pay rent this month, it can be a real break to your reality. The most important thing that you can do is take a deep breath and balance yourself if you're going to make it out of this. The next best thing you can do is figure out ways to make money fast. Who knows, this may lead to business opportunities. I have a playlist dedicated to different ways you can make money fast, just like us homeless. In stage 2, individuals may experience near homelessness, where they're forced to couch surf, take on roommates, or even live the van life. As your income dwindles, so must your expenses. Usually what happens at this stage, if couch surfing, especially, your friends and family will get frustrated trying to help you. Your friends and family may have let you stay for a couple of months, but what have you done to show you're making an effort? And are you listening to their complaints? Most people in this stage will start to develop some sort of entitlement. It is important to be aware of this and replace it with gratitude. It's understandable that a person in this stage will feel that society owes them help because they've worked hard all their lives. But the truth is, that is only a vanity matrix. Healthy and positive relationships is the true key to getting out of this stage of homelessness. Stage 3 is full-blown homelessness. I mean, sleeping on the streets or in a homeless shelter. A homeless person will be seeking the most services at this time. This is the stage that I've spent most of my adult life in. I've actually made over 1,000 videos on how to survive this stage of homelessness. You should check out some of my videos and some of my playlists. In stage 4, individuals may experience chronic homelessness, where they're stuck in a cycle of long-term homelessness. This stage is often characterized as falling through the cracks. Most people don't experience homelessness for more than maybe 6 to 9 months, whereas a chronically homeless person is homeless for more than a year by the technical definition, and only 10% of the homeless population is chronically homeless, and the leading indicator is head trauma or brain injury. As someone who's spent about 15 years homeless on the streets and the remaining time in the other various stages of homelessness, it's not all that bad. As it starts to happen more and more often, you become institutionalized, but you also learn to see homelessness as an opportunity to start over. Stage 5 is working yourself off the streets, where individuals start getting their life together by resolving criminal, legal, or even mental health issues if they have any. This is where your network becomes important, because now you're ready to rejoin society so that they can offer you good connections. With the ever-changing job market, the homeless are starting to make it out of homelessness using the digital economy. It's amazing some of the talents that homeless people are using within the digital economy to escape homelessness. I've even interviewed a homeless man who panhandled using a QR code. In stage 6, individuals start getting housing, temporary or permanent, and this can be scary when you're first getting off the streets. And I still deal with it myself. After losing everything and clawing yourself back to stability, you now have the added stress of knowing how easy you could lose it all again. And sometimes that can just be overwhelming. In my experience, this is what really creates chronic homelessness. If you lose your stuff once, it can be tough. But a second and a third time, it becomes devastating mentally to an individual, or even worse. Homelessness is stressful enough, but getting housed can be more stressful sometimes, therefore creating chronic homelessness for those of us who can't handle this type of stress. The final stage is housing stability, where individuals have been housed for more than a year, established community, routines, and some form of financial stability. I was at this stage for about 8 years or so as I did a community project, then started my own janitorial business. This is the most dangerous stage of homelessness because it makes you soft and comfortable. You lose touch with the memories that brought you this far and return to the "it'll never happen to me" stage. I'm proof that even in this stage, no matter how hard you set yourself up to not be homeless again, it can still happen. It's just a little bit harder this time. You may have set some stuff up, but it's going to be a little bit harder. As we've explored the 7 stages of homelessness, it's essential to recognize that each stage requires a unique response. By providing tailored support services and addressing the root causes of homelessness, we can begin to make a meaningful difference in the lives of those who are affected. So, how can we effectively support those in different stages of homelessness? One key approach is to provide life skills training to the homeless. Part of what leads us down this path is learned behaviors over time that have become toxic to building and maintaining positive, healthy, and successful relationships. If you would like to know more about this, come visit my channel. It's called Your Personality HQ, where I'm starting to cover this topic on that channel. A second key approach, because homelessness is also an economics issue, is to transition employment services for the homeless into the digital economy. It's projected that AI could eliminate 90% of the jobs by 2030. So what good does a brick and mortar job bring? This topic and homeless prevention is what this channel will be focused on moving forward now that I'm in stage 6 because of the digital economy for myself. One common misconception about homelessness is that it's solely the result of personal failures or not having a job. However, the reality is that homelessness is often the result of systemic issues like poverty, lack of affordable housing, government policy, and inadequate mental health services. By addressing these root causes and providing targeted support services, we can begin to address the challenges of homelessness. It's essential that we shift our perspective and recognize that homelessness is not just an individual problem, but a societal issue that requires a collective response. Look, I've been asked by some subscribers if I do any consulting for individuals or businesses. Yes, I can do that. If you'd like to just send me a general question for free, feel free to reach out to me via email, friartuck@hobotuck.com. For those of you who are like me and prefer verbal communication, just say so in your email and I'll send you my rate. Or you could just join the Pick My Brain membership over on Patreon, where you get an hour call with me every month, plus specialized content designed for your questions and other questions that I may get through that level of membership. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the hidden stages of homelessness. If you have any thoughts or experiences you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more informative content. And if you're interested in learning more about homelessness, I recommend checking out our video on the myths of homelessness, which should be right here.